Hope you guys are doing great. Nice seeing you guys again. It's been a couple weeks. Obviously, last week was our relentless pursuit to improvement, trying to get better every single opportunity we can. So our guys were locked in last week, had a couple workout days and a couple practice days, but it's great to have them back this week, getting ready for our opponent. Obviously, the clock started really fast on Saturday night after the game was over with between LSU and A&M when we got to work and ready to go. Any questions?
Clayton, I don't think A&M's really made an official announcement, but Marcel Reed is most likely going to play and play a lot. So with your edge rushers that have been so good, how do you coach them to say maybe you can't do what you normally do against this guy because you got to keep him contained and not try to overrun the play?
Yes, obviously the announcement probably don't need to be made. We have an idea that obviously definitely going to see both quarterbacks at some point, maybe one or maybe two, but our guys understand rushing quarterbacks in this league. The past couple of weeks have been very mobile guys. I think most of the guys can move around a little bit. Obviously, the quarterback from Oklahoma the previous week that started the game was a mover. We talk about it a lot. We go against it every single day with Lenoris and Robbie and our guys. So we understand how to rush those guys, but obviously we got to make sure we do that in the game.
Nick was in here yesterday talking about how A&M doesn't disguise a lot. They just kind of line up and are physical and run the ball. As a you're smiling. As a defensive coordinator, how do you go about kind of approaching an offense that doesn't disguise a lot and just does what it does?
One, your hats off to them. They do what they do. Some offenses try to get really cute pre-snap, and some offenses don't. Some offenses line up and say let's play. They're kind of more of a let's play offense. They obviously got some motions, some short motions, some orbits, some jets. They do most of the motions, but that's not their top priority. Their top priority is to put the ball in their football hand, put the ball in the hands of their best players, and let them go to work.
Full transparency, I'm writing a story on Boogie, so I'm not ignoring the fact that the defensive line as a whole is performing well. But I was talking to Kyle yesterday. Obviously, he doesn't have the type of stats that are going to, show up on paper, draw names like Dylan and Kyle. But what is he doing this season either well? What is he doing to kind of be the core, the glue to this defense? What can you tell us?
Yes. Boogie has always been a solid human being to start. So it starts with the core of his makeup, starting with his mom and dad, great folks and great family. So obviously not getting attention is something that's not going to affect him. I think he's such a natural born leader that he's keeping us together in just the whole room, not just the D-line. So I think that he's just being himself. So I think that's very important. That's one thing I love about this program is that starting with Coach Beamer, he lets you express yourself. He lets you be who you are as an individual, as long as you're doing it within his rules and the team is first. Boogie's a prime example of that.
With the forced fumbles specifically when you guys are getting to the quarterback, what are you coaching with the guys? Like, what are the techniques with that? And it's not, I guess, necessarily just try to start swiping at the ball immediately.
Yes.
Like, what's the technique there?
I mean, we call it just, we have all different types of phrases as far as, run, reach. We have punch outs. We have punch tackle. We have stumble bum, late punch out. We have break the stiff arm punch out. We go on and on and on. And that's one of those things where you kind of get in what we're emphasizing, to be honest with you. They just can't wake up on a Saturday morning and all of a sudden they're punching from the side and run, reaching. So we emphasize that from January. We start that in January. So, but it's been fun, and it's really fun when I don't get a chance to watch NFL games, but our guys will come in and, did you see Fred Warner's punch out? Did you see Jesse Bates punch out? And that's like the cool part. So it makes us even dive into it even more. We find a video, we show it to them, try to make sure it's always on their mind. And so we don't stop that. That's one thing that if you come to practice and you ever hear me yelling, it's one thing you'll hear me yelling, punch it out, go for the ball, circle chase it, go from behind, all that kind of stuff. So it's been fun. We just got to keep it up. Yep.
Clayton, up to this point, you guys have faced a lot of different style quarterbacks, whether they're more of a pocket passer, more of a runner. When you are preparing for a game like this, when you might have to go against two different quarterbacks, how much does that help having gone up against so many different styles of quarterbacks? And what do you try to take from when you face those guys?
Yes. Good one. Obviously, it definitely helps for sure. It's not your first time going against a mobile quarterback. So some of your things, some of your tools that you put in your toolbox for those kind of quarterbacks is already in there. They've already been, used. They're not tools that you have to kind of, open the pack and then they're rusty and all that kind of stuff. So that's always good to have those things already oiled up and ready to go. We call it bank reps. So they're sitting in the bank. We've been using it, and we just got to keep using them. And then it's definitely, you have to make sure that you're practicing it well and your quarterback's giving you a good look, and because it can surprise you on the game day if you don't work it and you don't go against it. Like I said, it really helps that we have Lenoris and Robbie. So when we go good on good against our offense, we're getting those same exact feel that we would get on a Saturday against a mobile quarterback.
Fred J.R. Johnson's played in every game as a true freshman. He's playing a little more. He was wearing the green dot a little bit against Oklahoma. What have you seen from him to kind of already become maybe a leader if he's calling the defense as a true freshman?
Yep. He's a football player. He's a superb athlete that can pretty much do anything on the football field. Has a bright future, still young. To me, in our defense, if you play in the middle of the defense, you have to wear the green dot. So he's definitely developing those skills to become a player that's going to be eventually a leader. Right now, he's got his head down and working and trying to improve, and love what he's doing.
You were talking about punch-outs. You said the word stumble bum. What is that?
So stumble bum is when a running back he goes through the pile, and right before the last second, he's about a foot from the ground. His hand is on the ground, and he's trying to stay up. That last second, right before he stumbles him onto the ground,
Gotcha.
We try to punch it out before his knee hits the ground. Rondo Porter did one against that was a stumble bum teach tape on the Rondo Porter fumble that Bam got against Oklahoma. So the very last second of the play is stumble bum.
All right, I don't know if that's what I thought, but love it.
Sorry, man.
How much do you care as a defensive coordinator about guys away from the play running towards the ball? I mean, these fumbles are a lot of times just, bounces whatever way. Do you care about guys like away from the play running to the ball?
Yeah, it's our livelihood. If you have to fly with an unbelievable intent, effort on the backside of it because you don't know what's going to happen. So every defensive coordinator in the country preaches effort to the ball, and you have to have the right intent from your players, and they all have to understand, that's what defense is about. You have to run to the ball. The ball can be thrown on the left sideline. The backside end has to take the correct angle. The backside corner has to take the correct angle. In case it pops, you can never assume that someone's going to make the tackle, and if they miss it, you're there. That's what happened on the play. J.R. Johnson missed the tackle, and then Kilgore came and hit it, and then Rondo was right there to make the tackle, and then Bam was running to the ball to get the fumble. It was pretty cool.
At what point last year did you realize that y'all really needed to upgrade the amount of speed that y'all have on your defense? Mm-hmm. How'd you go about doing that, and how does that affect you as a play caller? What can you do from that standpoint that's a little bit different?
Yep. Just evaluating our defense just as the season goes on. To me, like, evaluation is an ongoing process. It never really ends. So as you're going through it, you feel like some guys can move, and then, when opportunity strikes to get someone who can really hit the clock really fast, you kind of want to go for that. One of the best, I look for speed is one of the main things that everybody wants to have on their defense. We have a saying in our room: you have a fast mic, you have a fast defense. So kind of love that saying. Got it from Coach Lucas. He kind of brought that to the office, and so we kind of been running with it: fast mic, fast defense, and we kind of trying to roll with it.
Not to take your eye off the ball for this week or off the rest of the season, mm-hmm. but your profile as a defensive coordinator mm-hmm. with this year may be at its all-time high. Mm-hmm. So do you kind of think about the future, and do you feel like maybe you're ready to take that next step up if you get that opportunity?
It's one of those things where, obviously, being here at South Carolina, if you do great things, sometimes you get noticed, sometimes you don't, and you feel like right now the way our guys are playing, you want to keep them locked in and playing that way. So your focus has to be all on them, and those are things you have to worry about after the season, and that's what that's what the life we chose. So right now it's really locked in on let's finish this month of November, and then those things are coming up if you want them. But right now I'm not in a hurry to be a head football coach. It's one of those things where I want to lock in where I'm at right now and really do a great job of being a DC and coaching players and coaching coaches and keep putting the product that we put on the field this year, I think, and just finish it first and foremost. I think that will be something to look forward to later on.
This question was asked a lot yesterday. I'm surprised it hadn't come up today. But talk on the outside from fans and stuff about nickname for the defense. Are you ready to go there? Or is it too early?
Hey, we ain't have a nickname before. We don't want a nickname now. So we straight. I promise you. I appreciate it. I think I got a couple little things about that. Somebody hit me up, but we ain't have a nickname before. I appreciate it. You know, I think I'm good. So you guys can have your own nickname, but we Gamecock defense. That's our nickname, the Gamecocks. I'm not into that extra stuff, man. I don't really have time for that. Where am I getting the time from to come up with a nickname? Yeah, that's on you, brother. You got it. I trust you, Hale, so whatever you come up with, we'll roll with it, brother. Appreciate it. Thank y'all. Yep.